Do you find yourself tossing and turning more often these days? Or maybe waking up in the middle of the night? Your mind suddenly wide awake while the rest of you is exhausted. It's a frustrating reality for many of us as we get a little older. What used to feel natural, falling asleep easily and sleeping soundly through the night, can become a real challenge. This difficulty with sleep isn't just annoying, it has a sneaky way of impacting everything. Low energy during the day, feeling more irritable, struggling to focus, even just not feeling quite like yourself. It can feel like a constant uphill battle. And frankly, it can start to wear you down. But what if I told you there was one surprisingly simple nighttime habit? Something you can start tonight. That could dramatically improve your sleep and, in doing so, have a profound positive effect on your health and even how long and how well you live. It's not a pill. It's not a complicated therapy. It's something foundational that many of us have let slip over the years. In this video, we're going to dive deep into this one powerful habit, understanding why it's so effective, how to weave it into your life, and the incredible benefits it holds. Stick with me until the end, because there's something about this habit that might genuinely surprise you in just how much it can do for you after 60. Let's get right into it. The single, most impactful nighttime habit we're talking about, the cornerstone that everything else builds upon, is establishing and, crucially, maintaining a consistent sleep schedule. Now, I know what you might be thinking. A consistent schedule. That sounds a bit rigid, doesn't it? And besides, my sleep is all over the place anyway. But hear me out. Our bodies, at any age, but perhaps even more so as we get older, thrive on routine, especially when it comes to sleep. We have this incredible internal timekeeper called the circadian rhythm. Think of it like your body's master clock. This clock regulates so many functions, from when you feel sleepy to when you feel awake, to hormone release, digestion, body temperature, and so much more. It works best when it has clear signals about when it's day and when it's night, and the most powerful signal you can give it: going to bed and waking up at roughly the same time every single day, when your bedtime and wake-up time are inconsistent. It's like constantly hitting the snooze button on your internal clock, but in a really confusing way. One night you go to bed at 10 p.m. The next it's midnight. One morning you sleep until 7 a.m. The next you're up at 5 a.m. This sends mixed signals to your brain. It confuses the release of melatonin, the hormone that helps you feel sleepy, and cortisol, the hormone that helps you wake up. Instead of a smooth, predictable rhythm, you get jagged, unpredictable patterns. This is often why you might feel wide awake when you want to sleep, or incredibly groggy when you need to be alert. It's like trying to conduct a symphony orchestra where half the musicians don't know when to start playing. The result is disharmony. And in your body's case, that means poor sleep quality, difficulty falling asleep, frequent waking, and not feeling rested even when you think you've slept. For people over 60, this becomes even more critical. Our circadian rhythms can naturally shift slightly as we age, often making us want to go to bed earlier and wake up earlier. But just because we might feel tired earlier doesn't mean our need for consistent timing goes away. In fact, consistency can help anchor that rhythm, even if it's shifted, bouncing between different bedtimes, sleeping in late on some days to catch up, or napping erratically can actually make the problem worse. Sleeping in on a Saturday morning after a few nights of poor sleep might feel good in the moment, but it tells your body that Saturday is a completely different schedule than Friday or Sunday. When Sunday night rolls around, your body is still on that Saturday morning schedule, making it harder to fall asleep, and leading to that dreaded tired but wired feeling before Monday. It's a vicious cycle. So, how do you actually put this into practice? It starts by choosing a consistent bedtime and a consistent wake-up time. The best way to figure out what works for you is to think about when you naturally feel tired in the evening and when you would ideally like to wake up feeling rested, without an alarm if possible. For example, maybe you notice you start yawning around 10:30 p.m. and you'd love to wake up feeling refreshed around 6:30 a.m. or 7:00 a.m. There's your target 8-hour window. The key is to try and stick to this as closely as possible, every single day. Yes, even on weekends. I know, that sounds tough, but it's arguably the most important part. Allow yourself perhaps a little flexibility, maybe an hour later on a weekend morning sometimes, but try not to deviate by 2, 3, or 4 hours. That's enough to really throw your rhythm off. It's also important to understand that choosing the time is only the first step. The magic really happens when you start signaling to your body that bedtime is approaching. This is where the consistent routine leading up to that consistent bedtime comes in. Just setting a time and hoping you'll instantly feel sleepy at 10:30 p.m. isn't always realistic, especially at first. You need to create a buffer, a winding down period. That tells your brain and body it's time to transition from the activity of the day to the rest of the night. This routine is just as crucial as the timing itself because it helps prepare you physically and mentally for sleep, making it easier to fall asleep and stay asleep once you hit that consistent bedtime. This winding down period, the consistent routine before your consistent bedtime, doesn't need to be complicated or take hours. The most important thing is that you do it consistently. Think of it as your personal prepare for landing sequence. You wouldn't expect an airplane to just drop out of the sky onto the runway. It needs a gradual descent, adjusting speed and altitude. Your body is the same. Suddenly stopping everything you're doing and jumping into bed rarely works well. You need that gradual descent into restfulness. So, what does a good winding down routine look like? It's different for everyone, but there are key elements that make a big difference, especially for sleep quality as we get older. We've set our consistent bedtime and wake-up time. Now let's talk about what happens in the 60 to 90 minutes leading up to that bedtime. Because this is where you can truly cultivate the habit that brings deeper sleep and all its longevity benefits. One of the first things to address in your routine is light exposure, particularly blue light. This is a big one in our modern world. Our circadian rhythm is incredibly sensitive to light, especially the blue light emitted by screens, phones, tablets, computers, even some televisions. Exposure to this type of light in the evening signals to your brain that it's still daytime, suppressing the production of melatonin, that wonderful hormone we talked about that makes you feel sleepy. It's like turning on bright floodlights just as your body is trying to dim the lights for the night. So, a crucial part of your consistent nighttime routine is to start dimming the lights in your home an hour or two before bed and, ideally, putting away those electronic screens at least 60 minutes before your consistent bedtime. I know, this can be challenging. We're so used to scrolling through our phones or watching TV right up until our head hits the pillow. But this habit alone can make a significant difference. What can you do instead? This is where you find soothing activities that help you relax. Maybe it's reading a physical book or a magazine under soft, warm light, perhaps listening to a podcast, audiobook, or calming music. Some people find knitting, doing a jigsaw puzzle, or even some gentle stretching beneficial. The key is to choose something quiet, relaxing, and away from bright screens. Another vital element of your routine is creating the right sleep environment. Your bedroom should be a sanctuary for sleep. That means making it as dark, quiet, and cool as possible. Even small amounts of light, like the glow from an alarm clock or light peeking under a door, can disrupt sleep. Consider investing in blackout curtains if outside lights bother you. For noise, earplugs can be a lifesaver, or a white noise machine or app can help block out distracting sounds. Temperature is also key. Most sleep experts agree that a slightly cool room, somewhere between 60 and 67 degrees Fahrenheit, about 15-19 degrees Celsius, is ideal for sleep. Think about adjusting your thermostat or using different blankets to find the perfect temperature for you. Making your bedroom consistently dark, quiet, and cool reinforces that it's a place specifically for sleep, further strengthening the signal to your body. What you consume in the hours before bed also plays a big role and should be part of your consistent routine. Avoiding caffeine in the late afternoon and evening is crucial. Its stimulating effects can last for hours. And while a glass of wine might initially make you feel sleepy, alcohol actually disrupts sleep later in the night, leading to more awakenings and less restorative sleep. Heavy meals close to bedtime can also cause digestive discomfort that keeps you awake. Aim to finish eating your main meal a few hours before bed. If you're genuinely hungry closer to bedtime, a light, easily digestible snack, like a small bowl of oatmeal or a banana, can sometimes help. But listen to your body. Sipping on a calming, non-caffeinated herbal tea, like chamomile, can also be a lovely addition to your winding down routine. Incorporating a simple relaxation technique can also be incredibly powerful. Our minds can often be our biggest obstacle to sleep, replaying the day's events or worrying about tomorrow. Dedicating the last 10-15 minutes of your routine to calming your mind can make a world of difference. This could be gentle stretching or yoga, progressive muscle relaxation, where you tense and then release different muscle groups in your body, deep breathing exercises, or a short guided meditation. Even simply sitting quietly and focusing on your breath for a few minutes can help quiet the mental chatter. Some people find journaling helpful, writing down their thoughts and worries to get them out of their head and onto paper. The goal is to shift from an active, thinking state to a more relaxed, passive state, signaling to your body that it's safe to rest. So, your consistent nighttime habit isn't just about the clock time, it's about the consistent sequence of events leading up to that time. It's about dimming the lights, putting away screens, making your bedroom a sleep haven, being mindful of what you eat and drink, and calming your mind. Doing these things consistently, night after night, trains your body and mind to associate this routine with sleep. It becomes a powerful cue. When you start your routine, your body begins to anticipate sleep, making it easier to fall asleep and improving the quality of the sleep you get. This isn't about being perfect every single night. Life happens. But aiming for consistency most nights builds a foundation that is incredibly robust and forgiving if you occasionally deviate. This consistent routine, anchored by a consistent bedtime and wake-up time, is the habit that truly unlocks the benefits we're talking about. Now, let's talk about why this seemingly simple habit, this consistent nighttime routine and schedule, holds so much power, especially when it comes to not just sleeping better, but potentially living longer and healthier lives after 60. The benefits of consistent, quality sleep extend far beyond just feeling rested. When you consistently get sufficient restorative sleep, your body and mind have the essential time they need to repair, rejuvenate, and regulate themselves. Imagine your sleep time as your body's nightly maintenance crew clocking in. When that crew gets enough uninterrupted time to work, everything runs more smoothly. For starters, consistent good sleep has a profound impact on your cognitive function. As we age, concerns about memory and sharpness are common. Quality sleep plays a crucial role in memory consolidation and cognitive processing. During sleep, your brain literally clears out waste products that build up during the day, including proteins like beta amyloid, which are linked to Alzheimer's disease. Consistent sleep helps this cleanup process happen efficiently. It improves focus, concentration, problem-solving skills, and even creativity. You'll likely find yourself feeling mentally clearer and more alert throughout the day. Beyond the brain, consistent sleep significantly benefits your physical health. It strengthens your immune system, making you better equipped to fight off infections and illnesses. Studies have shown that people who consistently get enough sleep are less likely to catch colds and flu, and their bodies respond better to vaccines. It also helps regulate hormones that control appetite and metabolism. Poor sleep can disrupt these hormones, leading to increased cravings for unhealthy foods and making weight management more challenging. Consistent sleep supports a healthier metabolism. Crucially, consistent good sleep is vital for cardiovascular health. Chronic sleep deprivation or consistently poor sleep quality is linked to an increased risk of high blood pressure, heart disease, stroke, and diabetes. When you get consistent, restorative sleep, it helps keep your blood vessels healthy and regulate blood sugar levels. This direct link between sleep quality and these major health markers is a key part of how this habit contributes to living a longer, healthier life. It also plays a big role in your emotional well-being. We've all experienced how a bad night's sleep can make us feel irritable, anxious, or low. Consistent good sleep helps regulate mood, reduces stress hormones, and improves emotional resilience. You're better able to handle daily challenges with a calmer, more positive outlook. This emotional stability is just as important as physical health for a fulfilling life. So, the consistent nighttime routine and schedule aren't just about getting more hours of sleep. They're about getting better quality sleep that supports your body's fundamental repair and regulatory processes. This, in turn, impacts your brain health, immune system, metabolism, heart health, and emotional state, all factors that contribute significantly to not just extending your lifespan, but enhancing your health span, the number of years you live in good health and with vitality. Now, I know that even with the best intentions, sticking to a consistent schedule and routine can have its challenges. What if you wake up in the middle of the night? It happens to everyone, especially as we get older. The key is to try not to lie there worrying about not sleeping for more than about 20 minutes. If you can't fall back asleep, it's better to get out of bed. Go to another room and do something quiet and relaxing in dim light. Read a book. Listen to soft music. Do some gentle stretching until you feel sleepy again. Then, go back to bed. This helps prevent your brain from associating your bed with frustration and wakefulness. What about naps short? Strategic naps around 20 out of 30 minutes in the early afternoon can be restorative and don't usually interfere with nighttime sleep. However, long naps or napping late in the day can make it harder to fall asleep at your consistent bedtime. If you do nap, try to keep it brief and relatively early. Life also happens. There will be social events, travel, or times when your schedule is disrupted. Don't let a deviation throw you completely off track. If you have a late night, try not to drastically oversleep the next morning. Get up closer to your usual time, even if you feel tired, and try to get back on schedule that night. One late night or one broken routine won't ruin everything. The power is in returning to your consistent habit as quickly as possible. It's about building resilience in your sleep pattern, and that comes from consistency over time. Remember, this is about progress, not perfection. Don't get discouraged if you don't get it right every single night. The goal is to make this consistent nighttime routine your default, your natural way of ending the day. Start small if you need to. Maybe just focus on the screen time rule for a week. Then add dimming the lights. Then choose a consistent bedtime and stick to it most nights. Small, consistent steps build powerful habits. By prioritizing this one seemingly simple habit, creating and maintaining a consistent sleep schedule and a calming nighttime routine, you are making a profound investment in your health and well-being. You're not just aiming for better sleep tonight. You're building a foundation for more energetic days, sharper thinking, stronger immunity, a healthier heart, and a more joyful outlook on life for years to come. It's about taking back control of your rest and, in doing so, empowering yourself to live your best, most vibrant life after 60. Think about the cumulative effect of just 30 or 60 minutes of better, more consistent sleep every single night over months and years. It adds up to thousands of hours of extra repair, extra regulation, extra healing for your body and mind. It's a simple habit with exponential returns. We've covered why consistency is the foundation, how to build that crucial winding down routine with practical steps like managing light, creating the right environment, being mindful of what you consume, and calming your mind. We've also seen the incredible, far-reaching benefits this has on your health and longevity, and discussed ways to navigate common challenges. I encourage you to think about what your consistent nighttime routine could look like starting tonight. What's one small step you can take? Maybe it's putting your phone away 30 minutes before bed. Maybe it's simply deciding on a bedtime and wake-up time and writing it down. Your experience is valuable. Have you found that consistency helps your sleep? What are your favorite ways to wind down in the evening? Share your thoughts and any tips you have in the comments below. We can all learn from each other. If you found this video helpful and feel ready to make this powerful change for your sleep and your health, please give it a like. It helps us know we're providing content you find useful. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on more tips and insights designed to help you thrive at every stage of life. Taking care of your sleep is one of the most powerful things you can do for yourself right now. It's not a luxury. It's a necessity for living a full, active, and healthy life. You deserve to feel well-rested, energetic, and vibrant. Embrace the power of this one nighttime habit. Start building your consistent routine tonight, and watch the difference it makes. Here's to sleeping better, living longer, and enjoying every moment. Live your best life at every age.